I got coffee on my nose, everybody. Oh, how are you today? Oh, here we are for our winter moment. There's a little more snow than I anticipated for the day, but that's what happens. It's what happens. Sometimes it just decides it's going to snow all over us, and that's the way it is. Oh, we got the plows out this morning. We had the road crews out this morning. Oh, it's something special. It is indeed. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're out here. Quick visual descriptor. I have long brown hair, glasses, black coat and hood, scarf, blue overcoat, cup of coffee in hand. You can see the snow falling behind me. And of course, I have this bench in the snow and this tree and this brick wall. The river is on the other side. Due to the wind, we have to be in this direction today. That's just the way it goes. How are you doing today? Oh, the beautiful day. I hope you have your coffee, your tea, whatever it may be. And I hope that you are doing fantastic. Mm, that is some good coffee. That is some really good coffee. Oh, can't even describe it. It's good. Oh, I'll set that down just for a moment. You know, a couple of things today. But first, whether you're joining me on Twitch, Twitter, LinkedIn, or YouTube, please share the video, comment, let us know you're here. If you want to tweet it out, just let people know what's going on. I would be so appreciative. Thank you so much. Using Restream so that I can come to all of you across multiple platforms and enjoy this beautiful time together. Now, as some of you may know, I'm an artist. If you've been watching for some time, or um, if you follow me on other social media, you know I'm an artist. I'm a filmmaker. I'm an author. I paint. I draw. I do all sorts of creative things. I do photography. And all of these different arts and skills are things that I've built over time. But I have a question for you. Are you scheduling time for creativity? Perhaps you are a creative. Perhaps you write or paint or draw. Perhaps you have some other creative outlet. But are you scheduling time for it? Do you wait until you have a moment to do it? Or is it spur of the moment? Is it always off the cuff? Or is it built into your day, your week, your month? And the reason I ask is because these are skills. They are skills. And no matter what your job is, no matter what your life situation is, if you are a creative person, are you scheduling time for that? Like all other skills, we have to continue working on our creativity, whether it's writing or drawing or painting or any other number of creative outlets. We have to take the time to do it if we're going to get better at it. And when it comes to creativity and when it comes to creating, I realize that many people fall into a situation where they're doing it in their free time. And by free time, I of course mean when you have a moment to breathe, to rest, when all the things that you have to do are done. And we have so many things all the time that we have to do. We don't necessarily want to do them, we have to do them. We have to go to work, we have to go to sleep, And of course, I'm not saying you don't want to go to work, and I'm not saying that you're pushing off sleep, but let's be fair. A lot of people have very lax sleep habits. However, there's all sorts of other things: cleaning the house, doing the dishes, all these things that we kind of have to do. The endless scroll uh, on the phone through emails, probably for our jobs, all these other things. And there's so many things that we have to do that they take up time. We have to block out time for these. We have to block out time for our jobs. We have to block out time to clean the house. We have to block out time to make dinner, make lunch, make breakfast. So many things that we're scheduling all the time. We have to go to bed at this time, wake up at this time, shower at this time, brush our teeth. But are you blocking out time to be creative? Are you making time in your day, your week, to do these things? I mean, some people may say that, well, I don't have the time. Why not? And nothing against them. But if you say you don't have the time, well then why don't you have the time? And for some of us, the answer is because we haven't scheduled it. We haven't cut a block out of our myriad of other things that we have to do that one thing that we want to do. And that's the thing. If it's writing, if it's drawing, if it's painting, if it's music, if it's dance, if it's any other number of things, these are things that we want to do, that sometimes we're very passionate about, but they get left to the side. They don't get addressed the same way that everything else does. I understand that in some ways these start off as hobbies or maybe childhood passions, or maybe it's something we picked up later. Maybe you took a extra credit course in high school or in college or university, and you learned that you really enjoyed maybe drawing, figure drawing, still like drawing, something like that. And you keep wanting to do this thing. Maybe you do it a weekend here or there. Maybe you're doing it when you're on vacation, long weekends, holidays. But you're not really making time for it. And I'm not saying that you're not making time for it. I'm just saying some of us are probably not making time for it. Now, for myself, I have to block in time to be creative. And though that may sound counterintuitive, to be creative on a spur, on a whim, it's not. These are skills. These are skills, and we refine them, and we make them better, and we develop them as we go. I'm a writer, and one of the things that I do is I block out time to write. The other day, I had blocked out time in the evening to sit down and write. Now, the great thing is, by doing this, by saying I'm going to be spending this time writing, I know that that's what I have to do. And the great thing is, if you can't necessarily write the thing you want to write, it's all right. It's okay. Because you can go ahead and you can just write. Write whatever you want. Write whatever comes to mind. Grab a pencil. Grab your phone. Grab your computer. Get a tablet. Anything you might have on hand. If you have a rocket book, grab that. And just start writing. But you got to block that time out. I mean, you really should. And the reason you should is because it needs to be as important a part of your life as it's important to yourself. There's so many things that are important to us, so many things, and there's so many things that we must do. but it's the things that we love to do that fundamentally really need to be a part of our schedule. And if you were to just take 10 minutes out of a day, 10 minutes, and you put it in your calendar, you set an alarm, you stick up a reminder, you put a note on your fridge. Maybe you turn your phone on Do Not Disturb. And for those 10 minutes, you sit down and you do that thing you want to do. You create, you draw, you paint, you write. And I understand some of us might not be in a position where we can just start painting tomorrow. Maybe you need to get the supplies. Maybe you don't have any paint or canvas. And that's okay. But you know that it's possible. And you can go ahead and you can schedule the time to pick up the supplies you need. You can schedule that. I'm going to have a sip. That's a good cuppa. The things that we value, the art we value, our art, what we do is important. It develops us. It develops our connection to the world. And it develops a very real skill set that's transferable to so many other areas of life. And if it's important to you, why aren't you scheduled? Why hasn't this been blocked into your day or your week, your month? Mm. Yeah, that's really good coffee. Just so you know, you deserve an extra cup of today. It's Friday. Oh my goodness, it's Friday. Who's not happy about Friday? I'm happy about Friday. It's just a nice day. It's just a beautiful day. And not only is Friday a beautiful day, but it's a beautiful day for you, perhaps, to pick up your weekly planner, to get on your Trello board, to open up your uh, calendar on your phone or on your wall. Hi over there on Twitch, great to see you. Go ahead. However you plan your week out, plan your time out, whether you're using Trello, the calendar app on your phone, whether you have Google Calendar, anything you use. If you just have a calendar on the wall, go ahead, look at that, and put in a block of time. And it doesn't have to be long. 10 minutes. 10 minutes goes by in a flash. And if 10 minutes, maybe 10 minutes is a lot of time in your week, go ahead. Just write down, at this time, on this day, I'm going to be creative. Whether you schedule that for this weekend, next week, next month, whenever you schedule it, go ahead. You deserve to do the things you want to do. You deserve to be creative in the way you want to be creative. I would say, for me personally, creativity is an essential part of my life. It's the cornerstone of all the things I do. And because it's the cornerstone of everything I do, I want to impart to all of you that you do have the time to be creative. And if you want to be creative, no matter what creative thing you wish to do, you can do it. You do have the time. You make time. Write a note. Make a day. Make it work with your day. You know you have a little time in the morning. Just go ahead. Make a note at this time in the morning. I'm just going to try it. I'm not just going to be creative. I'm going to write or draw. And if you want to paint, go ahead. Select a time, even if that has to be a time in the future. And just mark a time. You don't have to mark a specific amount of time. Mark a time and know you're going to paint. And if you need to pick things up in order to be creative, in order to draw or paint or write, then schedule a day. Schedule a day to start picking up supplies so that you can be creative. There's no reason that we shouldn't pursue our dreams and our passions. There's no reason that we shouldn't do the things that we want to do. Hmm. And there's no reason that you shouldn't have an extra cup of a day. Coffee, tea, whatever it may be, whatever beverage, water, juice, hot or cold, as long as it makes you happy, as long as it gets your day going. These are the little things that we do for ourselves. Make our life better. Warm cup of coffee, a little time watching a stream, a moment to journal, write poetry, make a story, to draw a picture, make a painting, or whatever it is that you wish to do with your time. From over on Twitch, we have my family would think it's weird. Well, that's something that comes around with many things we want to do in our lives. There's many different ways that society and culture reinforce that we should be productive with our time. And some people have a very kind of stringent idea of what productive is. But I would counter that time spent for ourselves, time spent being happy, is productive time. So no matter what anyone thinks about what you want to do, family, friends, colleagues, peers, well, it's not their life, is it? I'm sure they're doing something that maybe doesn't appeal to you. We all do things that perhaps aren't exactly for everyone else, but there's something for us, and there's something wonderful. So if someone thinks that what you want to do is weird, I guess that's on them, because your happiness and your life are important. Hmm. Now, I wish you all the absolute best. Before I go today, I'm just going to share something. You're going to see a link nearby, depending on where you are. For one of my fantasy novels, which has just been re-released in absentia. I had to block out time to re-edit, reformat, and get it set so that you all could have a chance to read it. But If you like dark fantasy, epic fantasy, things that delve into potentially touchy or more mature content matter, um, consider giving Without the Light Volume 1, Penance and Toil, a read. It's part of a series. More books will be coming out, and it's also part of an extended world of books. There's also other book series related to it that take place in the same fictional world that you can dive into if you'd like to. And of course, if it's not something for you, consider sharing it because maybe that type of reading isn't something you enjoy, but you know someone else who that is something they enjoy. So share it. So please consider tweeting it out, sharing it on your social media, Meta, wherever it may be. I'd appreciate that so much. Well, from here in the land of the ice and snow, I wish you all the best. Take care and be excellent, my friends. I'm going to be getting out of here for today, though, so I'll see you all again soon. Get yourself an extra cuppa and enjoy your Friday. Bye, everybody.